Welcome back to Hardcore Casual Sports Network, and I just want to start off by saying I apologize for not making videos for the past 2 weeks. It's been a bit hectic, but there's no excuses at the end of the day. The last two videos have been great on output and outreach, so hopefully we see more of that with this video. So we're just going to get into it with a bit of a UFC video. We're going to start off with UFC 301 recap and my thoughts and what's next for most of these fighters. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's not waste time, okay? Because time is money, as a wise man once said. I don't know who was that wise man, but he sure as hell was wise. Alessandro Costa versus Kevin Borjas. I had Costa winning, and he put on a fucking dominant performance, okay? Kevin Borjas is probably not going to be in the roster by next week. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that a win is a win. Okay? Next fight, Ismael Bonfim versus Vince Pichel. Let me start off by saying anytime the Bonfim brothers fight, I'm in there watching. Okay? I'm watching because there are banger fighters. All right? And Ismael Bonfim is legit. The only thing I didn't like about this fight was his opponent. Vince Pichel might as well be a fucking groundhog. Okay? He fights like maybe once every 5 years. Okay, so I really want to see him fight somebody legit, and I think he's going to be fighting a ranked opponent next. I'd hope. Wait, I could be wrong. Am I thinking about his brother? Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. You know what? That loss against Benoit Saint Denis, it aged pretty well. Benoit Saint Denis looked good during that DP fight, and it showed that he's legit. Semi-legit. But I want to see Ismael Bonfim fight somebody else in the lightweight division. But yeah. Deon Barbosa versus Ernesta Calacate. I don't know how to say her last name, guys. I'm going to be so for real with this fight. I didn't watch it. I'm so sorry, fellas. Let me tell you the situation. I'm here with my family. I'm at a family party. I'm tuning in and out of the fights on my phone. And this is just one of those fights where it's like, you know what? I might not tune in. I might not tune in for this fight or the next one either. And that's what happened. So I can't really break this down enough for you guys. But I did have her to win. If you follow me on social media, at Hardcore Casual Sports Network on Instagram, you would know that I had her to win on my picks. Mauricio Ruffi versus Jamie Malarkey. Okay, let me tell you something. I had Jamie to win. But let me tell you why. Because I'm going to be so fucking honest. Jamie Malarkey might not be on this roster next week either. Okay, so I thought, you know what? He needs this win. And I thought the win was coming, but it never did. So, said we got a performance of the night. And Mauricio Ruffi, he looks good. Do I see him fighting a ranked opponent next? No, I don't think so. I think we see him fighting somebody around his same level. He's kind of in that Ismael Bonfim kind of level, but the difference is that Ismael Bonfim has fought people like Benoit Saint Denis, and he's knocked out Terrence McKinney. Excuse me. So that's the only difference. You know what I mean? Next, Joaquim Silva versus Drakkar Klose. Now, Drakkar Klose is a bit of an interesting guy. He's coming off of two wins, but I had Joaquim Silva. I don't know. I mean, Drakkar Klose, he looked okay. I mean, there's nothing special. It's not a special win. He trains over there with Sean O'Malley and Tim Welch and them. So, I mean, pretty good win, I guess. Next. Elvis Brenner versus Odobai. Let me tell you something. If you see this man is fighting, you must. Let me reassure you. If this man is fighting and I see he's fighting and I bet against Odobai, just know that there was a gun to my head with at least 17 bullets loaded in. Okay, because I will never bet against Odobai. This man is 3,000 years old. I mean, take a look at him. Look at this man. Whatever you think you've experienced, he has experienced it. Okay, he was here when the first fuck Adam and Eve. It was Odobai. He was over there on the trees. Some feints. Some double leg feints. Oh no, he was there. This man is old as shit. I think he's like 27. That's a lie. He's 2,700. Okay. And he looked very good in this fight. And I know Elvis Brenner was over there with his Charles Oliveira, his crew. They were cutting weight. They were cuddled up in the sauna. They were singing. They're like, oh. And then Otobai, I swear to you, I think they melted him upon arrival at the stadium. Can we get a source on that? But Otobai looked good, man, especially on the ground. I think he looked a little bit suspicious on the feet. On the feet, it looked like if he was fighting anybody else other than Elvis Brenner, we would have seen a lot more groundwork. You know what I mean? But because it was Elvis Brenner, he was getting a bit lenient on the feet. But I could see him getting pieced up. What's next for him? I want to see another top 15 guy. Another top 15. Maybe, somebody like a... I'm just spitballing here. Maybe somebody like an Ismail Bonfim? No, I don't know. I really don't know. Let me check out the rankings really quick for lightweight. Okay. I could see him fighting somebody like a Rafael dos Anjos. I mean, if Rafael's down for it, I mean, he's a little bit older now. Jalen Turner, I feel like Jalen Turner's going to take a big fucking break. Bobby Green, I just want to see him fight somebody ranked. Same with Ismail Bonfim. But yeah, next fight. Yasmin Lucindo got the dub. She got the dub. I didn't watch this fight, guys. This is another one that I didn't watch. I had her winning, though. So, I mean, it's a good win. She's top 15 now, top 13 to be specific. But let's move on. This fight is something that I did watch. Oh, God. I had Jack Shore winning, all right? This is the UK GSP. I'm coming in with that mindset. I'm like, Jack Shore, he moved up a weight class for this. He's looking heftier. We know he's okay on the feet. He's solid on the ground. He's the Welsh Dragon, okay? The UK GSP. And Anderson Brito is just a bit sloppy, in my opinion. A bit sloppy. But the leg kicks from the jump were just chopping him down. He was controlling him on the feet. Jack Shore couldn't take him down. He was even with the move up in weight class, Jack Shore looked small. And I think that's Jack Shore's biggest problem. He is not the strongest fella. You know what I mean? And I really wanted him to get this win because I like Jack Shore. There, guys. I said it. I like to watch Jack Shore fight. But either way, good win for you, Anderson Brito. It's a good win. Let's get into this one. This was a fucking banger. This was a banger. It was a crazy fight. Paul Craig, put it down, man. You are too fucking old. All right? And you know what I mean? I saw it from the moment. That kind of blocking that Paul Craig loves to do. Please punch me in my head, please. You know what I mean? So fuck, my headphones got caught on something. So I already knew that the finish was coming. I knew the finish was coming. And Kyle Brown, man, this guy looks good. This guy looks good, man. So I think Paul Craig, he moved down a weight class. I'm not sure why. I think he should think about retiring. That's coming from somebody. I like Paul Craig, man. I like Paul Craig. I like Kyle Bravo a little bit more. You know what I mean? He trains a little bit with Darren Till. There's a little bit of that, that shoot box, and he's got those funky tattoos. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Kyle Bravo has some fucking chompers on him. When he's on the mic, I just want to take my, I'm a fight nerd. I'm a nerd for this fight, lot to fight. He's huge fucking chompers. So I see a bright future for this guy. Michel Pereira versus Ihor Poteda. Man, this guy was not even supposed to be here. I forgot who he was supposed to fight originally. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But I'm forgetful. I forgot who he was supposed to fight originally. And Ihor stepped up. And I remember when I was watching the commercials for this fight, it was like, Ihor was like, I'm very confident that I can kill this guy in the ring. I don't know why he sounds like that. But, that's not what happened. Michel Pereira put on a fucking dominant-ass performance. And it's a little scary, bro, because Michel looked fucking crazy massive. And he was already a massive welterweight. But in middleweight, he looked Huge, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, I think this guy's piss could melt a fucking plastic cup right now if we tested him. But I don't know. I mean, how old is he? He's like 30, and his hairline is already touching the back of his fucking head. Guys, something suspicious. You know what I mean? But you know what? It was a good win, and you know what? Let him keep fighting, because I see a ranked opponent for him. I see a top 12. Let's see who's in the middleweight right now. I could see him fighting Hermanson. I could see him fighting Doladze. I could see a lot. Oh, what the fuck? That was my homework assignment. All right, next fight: Vitor Petrino versus Anthony Smith. I had Vitor to win, and let me tell you why. This guy is fucking huge. He was coming off a win. He's looking great. He's looking good. He's got that good fucking cardio. He's got that good wrestling. The thing is, this guy is kind of a meathead, okay? He dug into that double leg, and I'm not sure why. The moment he had his neck wrapped, he didn't give it up. He didn't posture, nothing. All right. And Anthony Smith, experience overcame all. Got the guillotine and submitted him. I mean, it was a good fight. It was a good... Anthony Smith needed this win. But Vitor Petrino's another guy where his fucking head is massive. And I think his piss could melt a lead cup, maybe. Jose Aldo versus Jonathan Martinez. I had Aldo to win. And he did. And he looked fucking great. And I think they should just give him like a nostalgia fight after this if he still wants it. And the fight for me, in my opinion, with that is 2 of 3 people. Or no. You know what? Just 2 people. Just 2 people that I want to see Jose fight. Either Dominic Cruz or Henry Cejudo. Mic drop. All right, those would be banger fights, and I hope we get to see those. But Jonathan Martinez, what else can I say about this guy? I mean, I like Jonathan Martinez. I liked him from the moment he beat that fucking 17-year-old. I forgot his name, Raul Rojas. I've been a fan of Jonathan Martinez ever since, and he looks great. He's a good-looking... He's a good-looking good. He's not that good-looking. He kind of looks like the Chupapi Bungengo guy. I don't know if you guys know who that is. But, yeah. Tough loss. Experience overcame all once again. And here we go to the main event. This is where y'all lost me. Good night. What a fucking blatant robbery this was. Okay? It pissed me off. It pissed me off so much because it's the same thing from Alejandro Pantoja. It's the same thing. Okay? We saw it in the Brandon Moreno fight. We see it now. We saw a little bit of it in the Brandon Royval fight. The Brandon Royval fight, that was a win. But the Brandon Moreno fight and this fight was just... It's the same shit where it's like, oh my God, he had 3 minutes of control time. You want to see what Alejandro Pantoja was doing with control time? Let me show you what he was doing. Let me show you. Not much, man. Not much was going on with that control time. No submission attempts. No, almost little to none ground and pound. And I hated it. And I know what you guys are going to say. You guys are going to be like, oh, Steve Erceg didn't do anything to win. Neither did Pantoja. He never really fucking does, okay? The most he does is that little blitz off of the fucking stand-up where he always goes with the same... You know what I mean? It always starts with a straight right, by the way. That blitz always starts with a straight right. And Steven Erceg fucking saw that coming from a mile away every single time. And it's something that I think Steve should have won. I thought he should have won. I had him to win before the fight. Once again, if you follow me on at Hardcore Casual Sports Network on Instagram, you would have seen my picks for this event. Follow me for future events. I had him to win. And it's a damn shame that he didn't. And I think he should get a rematch. And I think if he did get a rematch, he would put Pantoja on his ass. And we would see a 5-round dominance performance from
from the GOAT, Steve Erceg. And I knew Steve Erceg could do it going in. And I knew it. And you guys are going to be like, he only fought Matt Schnell. Fuck Matt Schnell. All right? Watch all of his fights. His footwork looks good. His stand-up looks good. That jab is stiff as a fucking board. I thought he could do it. I really did. And you could say, he sold with that takedown. I get why he did it. He just didn't execute it well. And I think he should have kept Pantoja on the feet, obviously. But shit is going to happen. It's only his 4th UFC fight, guys. He looks good. This kid looks good. And I hear talks about people like Sean Strickland saying they should just get rid of the flyweight division. Absolutely not. Because if you're a hardcore fan or a semi-hardcore fan, you're going to find a lot of fun in these flyweight fights because of how technical it becomes. Because of how much it doesn't become about just pure knockout power. Because not a lot of these guys have that because of how small they are. And this is coming from a small guy myself, all right? I like these fights a lot because of how technical they are and how quick, and I love the scrambles. So it was a good fight, but I disagree entirely with the win. And I think Pantoja should be stripped of his title just because of that fucking robbery. 2 robberies, by the way. The Brandon Moreno fight was also a robbery. But there it is, guys. That's UFC 301. Let me know what you guys think. Big UFC news coming up soon. We saw teasers for the Conor versus Chandler card. Don't know much about who else is fighting on that card. We see teasers of DP and Islam. We know they're going to fight. You've heard my opinions on that fight. But it's a lot of news, a lot of good news coming from the UFC. But yeah, thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye.